Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is MJ, and welcome back to the Tree 2.0 server. Tonight is the night that we are going to try to do our Q&A caving event. I've had locked myself in a little bit of the cavern here, in the little bit of the mine shaft, and so tonight I am drinking a Port Brewing Mongo IPA. Whew, it is a hoppy IPA, very good, and we're gonna jump right into this. Hopefully this goes well. People that know me in real life, they know that I am definitely not a person that does a lot of multitasking, or I do not multitask very well. Oh, bat. So I've already warned Dog and Gummy, who are on the server, that they are probably going to see a death message from me this evening. So we're gonna jump right into it, and our first Q&A question comes from Roger Barrios. He asked, in my professional opinion, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I told him that I was going to do a little bit of research on that, and apparently it's something like 700. Oh, wow. Squirrel! It's one of those big, cool, roundish rooms. Awesome. Something like 700 pounds. If it actually was chucking wood. But interesting story about woodchucks. I have no idea. I have no idea about anything about woodchucks. However, I used to work. Place I used to work was actually on an island, and funny story, not actually woodchuck related, but beaver related. If anyone has actually ever seen a beaver cut down a tree, can you run me over 4 cents? Okay. If anyone has actually ever seen a beaver cut down a tree, believe it or not, it actually looks like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it actually looks like it does in the cartoons. It is really kind of funny in that regard. So when a beaver cuts down a tree, it ends in that tiny little point. It really does. The reason I know that is because the island that I worked on, it's along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh, and we had some beaver problems on the island, and to a point where our human resources department and maintenance had to send out emails warning people to not park along the river, because there was the possibility that a tree might fall on their car. Also, interesting little tidbit, a little bit of trivia, the island where I worked on, if anyone has ever seen the horrible Bruce Willis, Sarah Jessica Parker movie, Striking Distance, that was the river that took his family, and that was the island that I worked on. So there we go. The next question comes from. Next question comes from Q's Box. Cool. Hey, she asked, what inspired you to do YouTube? So, interesting question. So, I had thought about doing some YouTube stuff for a while, and I never got around to it. However, so Q, if you don't know the story of how Gummy and I met, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll recap this real quick. This started. The tree server, more or less, started. Ooh, lava. It started because DocM77. So you guys have DocM77 to thank for all of our videos that are on the tree server, really. DocM77 was running his Realms contest, and Gummy and I had both entered to do a build, and neither of us got picked. However, Gummy, Doc randomly picked her to win the server. so he gave her. It ended up being he gave her a subscription for 2 months. Gave her a subscription for Realms, and on the Minecraft subreddit post about the contest, I posted and said, well, did anybody on the subreddit get in? And Gummy posted and said, I didn't get in, but I won the server. And I'm now out of the mine shaft. But anyway, I was like, and I just responded back just totally random. And I was like, hey, do you want some people to play with? And she was just like, okay, yeah, cool. So she invited me onto the server, which was really kind of a surprise. And there we go. So that is how we both started recording on YouTube. So kind of cool. So it was really very, very random. And just, you know, just really, that was sort of that was the kicker, because we wanted to record what we were doing and kind of show Doc that his social experiment was working. And I think the fact that the server is still going on is really a testament to that the Doc M77 social experiment, which we always refer to it as, it really kind of worked out. So it's been very cool. It's been really awesome to get to meet people, to meet people online, to have these kind of conversations, to get to play with some folks. It's just been really amazing. The second part of your question was, what do I use to record? My recording software, I use DxTory. When I was first starting to figure out if I wanted to record, I was looking for some free software. I just wasn't really happy with anything that was free. So Generic B uses DxTory, and I kind of trust, you know, a lot of his tech stuff. So I just went with DxTory, and I bought it, and that's what I use. Gummy was using some free software when she first started out. She's also now using DxTory. And Nathan uses Nathan Paul _211 uses OBS, which is free software. I am still using Windows Movie Maker to edit and render my videos. Now, thankfully, my new computer, my new kind of epic computer here, allows me to render very, very fast. So that much is really, really kind of awesome. But that is it. My computer, couple people have asked me about the specs of the computer at times. Basically what I'm going to say is, and I think I might be able to put the specs online at some point, but essentially my computer is not as good as Generic B's, but based on a recent video, my computer is not as good as Generic B's, but it is better than Biffa's. So that was really kind of odd when Biffa was reading off some of the specs of his computer, and we're just gonna do that. And he read some stuff off, and I was like, whoa, I have a pretty good computer. So I was really kind of happy with that. So there we go. Okay, I'm gonna look down. Okay, so those are the new viewer questions, guys. Thank you so much, and it is really awesome having you on the channel. And thank you guys so much for being in contact. That's really cool. Sorry, had to take a little drink there. Whew, God, this is good. Stuff is good. All right, Dog asked me a bunch of questions. I'm gonna do Gummy's questions real quick. What Gummy knows that I don't want to call myself a foodie, because that is certainly not the case. Oops, didn't want to do that. I'm not a foodie, but I love food. I love good food, or I love really good tasting food. The other night, for instance, I had planned on doing some recording, and I had some really cool ideas. I'll put out. It lives. I have no idea what they're talking about. I had some really cool ideas planned out, and I sent Gummy a message on Twitter, and I was like, I'm in a food coma. There's just no way I can't record tonight. And the reason was I had gone out with dinner with a friend, a buddy of mine, and we started out dinner with a thing called, this restaurant does a thing called tachos, and imagine like some, oh hey there's zombie. Imagine bunch of zombies. Imagine nachos made with tater tots, and that is what tachos are. It was very good. And then I followed that up with a salmon burger, which was a really well fried patty of salmon. That lapis. I do love me some lapis. It was a fried burger, a fried salmon patty that was that on it had also so much lapis. Love it. Hey Scrappy. Hey buddy, what's up? Sorry guys, Scrappy's whimpering. Had two massive tomatoes, fried tomatoes. It was so good. But Gummy's, I don't even know if I see Squirrel. I don't even know if I read Gummy's question. What is the absolute best food you have ever eaten? That is a tough one. Because food for me is very... Hey, bud. Food for me is very situational. I don't know if I can ever describe... If I ever remember, the best thing that I've ever had, how it was cooked or something like that. So a couple years ago now, my brother and I had we did a 21-day road trip from Pittsburgh out to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons, and I gotta say we ate a lot of good camp food. Maybe this is Nathan's mine shaft. Yeah, Nathan commented on my video, and he's like, better not be my mine shaft, and I was like, dude, mine shaft wasn't lit. So this might be Nathan's mine shaft. Oops. Well, I haven't found anything anyway. Anything good. Oh, hello, creeper. But I'm gonna say if I have to choose, oh my god, if I have to choose the best meal, I had so much elk and bison that was good out there, and leftover French fries warmed up over a campfire. I've also been to Japan, and I had some amazing sushi when I was in Japan. Scrappy. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna play with you in a second. I had some amazing food when I was over in Japan, and Gummy, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say that the best meal I ever had was a giant plate of it was a Japanese restaurant. It was, I don't remember the town, but it was very close to Mount Fuji. So that was kind of the general area. I don't remember doing this. I bet Nathan probably did this, and I'm just like bogarting his stuff. So it was close. It was close to Mount Fuji. Like you could see Mount Fuji from the town where we were. And really, Scrappy's okay. He's just being a little bit needy at the moment. All right. I'm gonna lock myself in a wall here real quick. Oh, hello. I'm gonna lock myself in a wall and... Hi there! Maybe I'm gonna go this way. Oh, it just gets better and better. Alright. I'll be right back, folks. Alright, and we're back. Scrappy's probably gonna whimper again a little bit. Alright, so where was I? I was about to kill this zombie. Oh, hey there. Mount Fuji and food. So we were in Mount Fuji. The people that I was traveling with at the time were not real big on... They weren't real big on sushi, which was sort of odd considering we were in Japan. But anyway, so we were in a restaurant. Woman was trying to translate for us basically what everything was, and there was this one thing that I really couldn't identify. And I mean, I like sushi. I'm very... I like to try, you know, different kinds of food. And she could not think of the English translation for whatever it was that I was looking at. And she finally just kind of gave up. And, oh, hello. And she just said the Japanese name for it, and it was unagi. And I ate enough sushi that I knew that unagi is eel, and I loved eel. And it ended up being the largest piece of eel that I've ever had, because it's if any of you guys eat sushi, it is eel can be very expensive if you eat sushi, and I think I'm stuck in this now, and it was like $5. It ended up being like $5 American, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was this huge slab of eel. So that possibly is one of the best meals I've ever had. Gummy's second question was, if I didn't live in Pittsburgh, where would I want to live? I'm a big fan of Austin, Texas, and I would probably move to Austin. I'd probably move to Austin in a heartbeat if I had the opportunity. A dear old friend has lived in Austin for a long time. She actually is getting ready to move, but I would still move to Austin if given the opportunity. I would possibly also go further west. I've been to Portland. I've been to Portland for work. I really like it out there. Seattle. I've been to Seattle once. I really like it there as well. So I would possibly move to those places. I would move west. I would continue to move further west if I would go. So there we go. So that is some of that stuff. Ooh, I found a chest. Nathan, I really hope this isn't your mine shaft. Ash asked me... Was it Ash that asked? Oops, I didn't start my timer again. This is going to be a long episode, folks. I'm sorry. I think it was Ash. Ash asked... Ash Ashanton. Oh, hello. See what happens when you look away for a moment? Ashanton asked, why do I volunteer? And I think it's a really good question because, as you guys might know, ooh, this is going to be interesting. What is in here? Okay, look, just in case this is actually Nathan's mine shaft, I'm just going to take one of these. So anyway, that was weird. Does the chest not open? Do minecart chests not open? Or is the server about to crash on me? I love this. This is so funny. So, if you guys see the chat going by, Dog and Gummy are currently rebuilding a skeleton spawner, which I will probably check out in a very upcoming episode because I guess they've kind of made it. It's been rebuilt to be kind of epic. Ash asked why I volunteer. I have volunteered. So, I'm starting to say Squirrel. Starting to say, those that haven't heard in one of my episodes, I am a volunteer coordinator. I work for a food bank in Pittsburgh, and I'm one of the volunteer coordinators. So it's pretty easy to actually figure out who I am. But anyway, I am definitely not Etho when it comes to my anonymity online, which is kind of weird. But anyway, I've volunteered all my life ever since I was a teen. I started out volunteering in a hospital. I've always done some various volunteer work for community organizations. I just really like it. It's always been kind of one of those things that, you know, when I have the opportunity, I like to be able to give back to the community that I'm living in. I volunteer for a community garden in the neighborhood that I live in now, and I think it's really cool that we're able to do that for the neighbor. You know, we're able to help grow some food for the neighbors that we live around. And I mean, also with the garden is I get to partake in part of the harvest, so that's pretty nice. You know, throughout the summer, most of us that participate in the garden, we just don't have to worry about buying produce. So we grow all of our own produce, which is just absolutely amazing. This year we're actually going to be doing. All right, we're going down here. We're going to be also doing something very interesting that we are going to be. So we have 2 gardens, and we're going to be one garden. We always end up with a lot greater harvest at. So we're actually going to be growing food at the one garden and then distributing it to neighbors at the other garden. So it's going to be very cool. So it's a situation where some of the folks that are going to be coming to the garden may be in a situation where they're what we refer to at the food bank as being food insecure, which means that there's the possibility that a household may not have enough money to provide food 7 days a week to all the people living in the house. And the most vulnerable populations, of course, you know, for food insecure are seniors and children. And I kind of know for a fact that some of the kids that show up on the weekends, on Sunday mornings to help us out at the garden, they may not have, at 11 o'clock in the morning, they may not have been able to have breakfast because I bake bread a lot on the weekend, and I'll show up at the garden and the kids will absolutely just go nuts for the bread that I've made. So it's really cool. But anyway, so I really enjoy it. It's a great way. I think volunteering is an amazing way to give back to a community. And there's that. So now, putting on my volunteer coordinator hat for a moment, and this is something that I'm dealing with right now. When you volunteer, it right? Okay, obviously I'm saying it makes me feel good. I enjoy it. When you volunteer, there's always the possibility that you are doing something to help benefit someone and also to lend a hand to the organization that is you're volunteering for. There's always the possibility that hello. Hi, I was waiting for you. There is always the possibility that the organization that you are volunteering for or that you are interested in volunteering with possibly has too many volunteers. I said this in a video prior to Martin Luther King Day that it was a situation where my roster for MLK Day was absolutely full, and I could not take any more volunteers, and it really sucked to talk to people that were very interested in volunteering with us, with our organization, and there was nothing that they could do. I just didn't have space. Because it becomes a safety issue, it becomes a logistics issue of the amount of work to do. And I'm as a volunteer coordinator in my organization, we are in the amazing fortunate position that what what was I going to say? Because I'm already thinking, because I'm trying to think of what I'm doing here. My Saturdays are booked. We do 2 Saturdays a month. My Saturdays are booked all the way through the end of the calendar year. I'm booked into 2016. In fact, I've already pre-booked Martin Luther King Day 2016. It's absolutely incredible. So that's an interesting aspect to volunteering. I think Ash also, she might have said this on Twitter. I think she asked me this. Ash asked me this on Twitter. She asked me a question about Scrappy. So you guys heard my pup whimpering a little while ago. So Scrappy is a rescue. He's a rescue dog. Got him when he was a pup. And he is a Beagle Lab Australian Shepherd mix. And Ash, I do promise, I keep telling you that I am going to post a video of Scrappy at some point. So you can definitely be on the lookout for that. Oh, this is that horrible hallway. There's got to be a spawner in there. I wonder if that's lava or a spawner. I really don't want to find out. I think I might just bail out of here at this point. There's like really nothing in here. So he is. Hey, Scrappy. He's looking at me from the top of the steps. Scrappy is a Beagle Lab Australian Shepherd mix. He was a rescue dog. He is about. How old are you now, dude? You're going on like 6 now, aren't you? Jeez, you're turning into an old pup. I'm lost. This is always my problem. I think this is where. Oh, This is I think where I was tucked in there for a little while. So his name, his name, I call him Scrappy. His full name is actually Happy Scrappy Hero Pup, which is, yes, it is a reference to the movie Clerks. So there's that. Oh, hi. So if any of you guys see me post pictures of him on Twitter, I usually use the Happy Scrappy Hero Pup hashtag. And that's because a lot of the pictures I take of him are on Instagram. And so if you're ever on Instagram and you search the hashtag Happy Scrappy Hero Pup, if you see a happy looking little beagle, that's my buddy. That's Scrappy. So again, look at that. I'm not very private when it comes to who I am and my life. So there's that. Dog asked me, so we're just gonna go for another minute here. Dog asked me a couple really awesome questions. He knows me well. He asked about he asked a couple questions about Minecraft, and then also oh look, I'm back here. I get so turned around to these things. Dog asked some awesome questions, and I'm gonna look real quick at what his beer related questions were. This is okay. I'm gonna look over here. I'm gonna hide here real quick. In your opinion, what is the worst beer you ever had, and were you able to finish the whole bottle or can? I honestly don't know what the worst beer I ever had was. Oh, I think I saw another minecart down there. All right, we're going for that. I don't know what the worst one was. A couple years ago, a friend of mine had a bunch of cores at a soccer game, and I didn't want it. I was like, and that's okay, dude. I'll pass. And he called me a beer snob because I turned it down. I was just like, I'm sorry. Scrappy, come on, buddy. I was like, I don't like cores, man. So I was like, what's the point of me, I'm not gonna drink that. I'm just not gonna drink a Coors. But the other question he asked me, was, have you seen any beers that you haven't had the courage to try? There are, I know that they're out there. Diamond, Bane of Arthropods, woohoo! All right, I'm gonna take the diamond. There is like a There is a bacon beer, which I think is kind of like a jokey beer. I wouldn't drink that. I wouldn't do that. I had I think it was Rogue Brewing a year ago or something like that. I had their donut beer, their jelly donut beer. That was like meh. There was really not much to it. So that was sort of a letdown. The other question he asked was, the other beer related question he asked was, if there was one beer or a brand, a label or beer that I was only going to drink for the rest of my life, what would it be? And if I'm allowed to pick a brewery, I'm just going to go and say Dogfish Head. All of their beer is absolutely phenomenal. You pretty much cannot go wrong with a Dogfish Head. And so if I was only able to drink one brewery for the rest of my life, I think this might be mine. Or it's Nathan's. I don't know. So that would be it. Dogfish Head. Dogfish Head Brewing. They're pretty good. Or if I couldn't ever leave my neighborhood again, and I was only able to drink neighborhood beers, it would be Roundabout Brewery. Roundabout Brewery in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania. If you guys are ever in Lawrenceville, if you guys are ever in Pittsburgh, Roundabout Brewery. Awesome, awesome place. And go on a Thursday night. Berlin Street food carts there. Pretty cool. So I'm probably going to get to Dog's Minecraft questions at some other point, but right now I want to get out of this place. These mine shafts always kind of creep me out. And Gummy needs to log off for a bit. Just need to edit videos tomorrow. Woohoo! I'm probably just going to mine straight up. Where am I? I'm at 19. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to mine straight up and get out of here. Hopefully I don't run into lava, because I have no idea where I am. So, all right, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the questions. Thank you for watching. Leave a like. Subscribe if that's your thing. Somebody coming up behind me? Where is somebody? Oh, hello. Leave a like. Subscribe if that's your thing. If you haven't already, I appreciate it. Please leave a comment. Get in touch. It's always amazing to chat with people and to meet the folks that are forming our little community here on the Tree 2.0 server. So thank you guys very much again, and I will talk to you later. Peace.